What's going on, guys? In today's video I'm going to do the second episode of my team starting 11 ratings prediction FIFA 17 with Chelsea. So this is what I think starting 11 is going to be, and as you can see I've got some changes like playing Hazard at cam and Fabregas at cam, and I think Kante will be in the centre. You might have noticed I haven't put Matic in there. I think he will be sold eventually because of Kante. So we're going to start in goal with the ratings with Courtois, and he just did not have a good year really, but he kind of went with the flow of the rest of the team. I mean, he was dropped for Begovic at times, and for this I think he will get an 85 rated card next year on Ultimate Team, but he is still one of the best keepers in the world in my opinion. Next we have Branislav Ivanovic, and I think he will be a 78 rated card next year. I mean, I can't for the life of me, why is he actually a right back? He's suited more to centre back. He's a defender rather than an attacking fullback as well. I mean, he's had a pretty bad couple of years. He's lost his strength and his pace really, and he's getting old. He might move eventually, I think. Next we've got Kurt Zouma, and I think he should get at least an 80 card next year, because he was one of the few players that were doing well for Chelsea during the time that, of this season that Jose Mourinho was at the club, as well as Willian and maybe a couple of others. But either way, I feel very sorry for Zouma because of his injury. That looks awful, to be honest, but nevertheless he definitely looks to be one for the future, and is probably already one of Chelsea's best centre backs. Next we got Gary Cahill, and his pretty bad season in truth in the Premier League was also matched by his not so brilliant Euro campaign as well. So I think he'll get an 82 rated card next year, only with a -1 downgrade, but either way Cahill definitely does deserve a downgrade after this year, although he has proven that he is a good defender, but nothing more than that at the moment. Next we got Azpilicueta, who I've got on loan in FIFA, and I think he will retain his 82 rating from this year, because once again he hasn't played badly this year at all. Actually, he's been relatively average. He hasn't done particularly well or particularly badly, so not much more to say about Azpilicueta. Next we got Willian, aka the only really well performing Chelsea player this year. Willian, as we all know, is the one bright spark of Chelsea this year in all truth. And for this, I think he does deserve an 84 rated card next year, and definitely with a huge boost in free kick accuracy, because yeah, I think he's got a free kick accuracy in the 50s right now on the team, which is a bit ridiculous. But Willian was their only bright light in a pretty depressing season for Chelsea fans. Next we got the only transfer of this team, and in Kante, who's just an absolute warrior. This is a brilliant buy for Chelsea in my opinion, but I feel sorry for Leicester because in my opinion Kante is the sort of player you just can't replace. I mean, he has been an absolute machine this year, and I think he does deserve an 83 rated card next year on Ultimate Team, because his contributions to the team has just been incredible, and especially moving to probably I'd say a bigger club will also boost his rating a little bit more. We got Pedro next, and I think he'll get a -1 downgrade to an 82 next year. He hasn't exactly shined since he moved from Barcelona, and it's sort of a deal which didn't work for either party, because he hasn't particularly played well for Chelsea, but Barca could have used someone like him in their subs, like in case of injuries to MSN. So in truth, this season just really hasn't gone well for Pedro, and I expect him to improve next year, but as for this year he just hasn't really done well at all. The big one next, we have Eden Hazard, and I put him cam here, but I don't think he will be a cam on FIFA 17. But either way, I think he will get an 87 rated card next year. I would have gone with 86, but considering he's a cover star of the game, I don't think EA would do that, so I don't really need to talk much about Hazard. After just winning PFA Player of the Year, his season just turned to crap really. really, really quickly actually. But in all fairness, he did assure Leicester won the Premier League, so well on to him for that, but that's about the only commendation he deserves from this year. Next we got Cesc Fabregas, and I think he only deserves a -1 downgrade because towards the end of the season he did start to play like his old self again. That's not to say that he was good like throughout the whole season. No, he was terrible during the part of the season which Jose was in charge, but he did bring it back in the end eventually, and I do still see what flashes of what the brilliance was from 2014-2015 season. So I think Fabregas will make like a proper return next year. He will be the player he once was, and yeah, that is him. And the last player in this team is Diego Costa. I think he will start ahead of Michy Batshuayi. That is if he isn't sold to Atletico Madrid anyway, but like Fabregas, I think he only deserves a -1 downgrade from FIFA 17 because, once again, like Fabregas, he did play very well towards the end of the season, and yeah, we did see what was so good about him towards the end of the season, scoring goals, creating assists, just being an absolute arsehole in the nicest of ways, I suppose. But either way, Costa obviously didn't have a great season for like quite a lot of the season, but he did pull it back in the end. So that is my predicted starting 11 for Chelsea next year, and the ratings of these players. If you did enjoy, please drop a like, and I will see you guys later.